And welcome back to the R Squared videocast, or as it's tentatively known now, the Bananacast.
Banana!
Due to our drunken exploits in the first episode...
Well, the first half of this episode, actually.
I'm going to run it as two separate parts. This is basically episode 2 at this point.
Oh, right, so we're...
Episode 2. Yes. Attack of the Does. Attack of the Bananas.
That's because at certain points we might run out something so we'll just go, duh.
Yeah. And things, we're not even drunk this time, we're on coffee.
Yeah, that's like being on call.
So, we got back in the studio, such as it is, and thought I would just shoot some more shit about shit. I was watching TV the other night, and Shaun of the Dead came on.
Yeah.
Right. It was just,
all those random, I've got now better to do, I'm going to watch this movie on TV.
Even though I've got it on DVD, like we did with Star Wars, there's Shaun of the Dead.
For me, it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones is a good one. Star Wars is always on. Ghostbusters.
Yeah. The Pirates of the Caribbean's on all the time.
Exactly. The ones that are on all the time, you have them on DVD, and you never watch them on DVD. But you like the Batman Begins, that's another good one with me. I'm not overly keen on Batman Begins, I prefer The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And Batman Begins is a good movie, but every time it's on, I was like, okay, I'll watch Batman Begins, it's a great movie. And there was some of the things, there were so many bits in Shaun of the Dead that I'd forgotten about. Just little bits and bobs here and there. Like I couldn't remember how the movie ended. I remember the ultimate end of the movie, and a spoiler alert, you've seen Shaun of the Dead, yeah?
Yeah.
And Nick Frost is zombified, but he's in the shed, change of the playing video games and everything else. But I didn't remember how the zombie crisis was resolved, and it was basically when they get out of the Winchester and the army turns up and shoots everyone. I'd forgotten about that bit. But some of the bits that were funny are still funny. It's just one of those really good bits, like beating up the pub landlord, who's a zombie, to the tune of Don't Stop Me Now. Yeah. And then dancing around with the pool, I was just cracking up laughing, like, I just had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And there was one thing that kind of stuck out in my mind a little. It was a bit of dialogue that they censored. It's right near the beginning of the movie, and Nick Frost comes over and says, "Can I?" The actual line of the movie is, "Can I buy any of you cunts a drink?" Right, and they kind of censored it. They didn't bleep it. They kind of reversed the speak, that kind of thing does. I thought, fair enough. It's not the best word. Sorry for using it. But later on, he pulls up. I think he's outside the block of flats.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to get his ex-girlfriend and everything else, and he uses the N-word as something, And they didn't censor that. And I thought that's weird that they censored the C but not the N, and it's a white guy saying it. That's very weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason you don't see Blazing Saddles on BBC One.
Well, no, because it's censored in there. Cause they said, Mel Brooks himself censored it because the bell rings when he's saying it.
The sheriff's
bong! What did he say? He said the sheriff's near.
No! The sheriff's
bong!
Good movie.
Very good movie. just one of those quotable ones. Well, the white women it.
Yeah. I mean, all Mel Brooks films are like that.
More beans, Mr. Taggart? I say you boys are had enough.
Takes a real man to wear tights.
You've lost your arms, but you've got a cracking Sarah tits.
Nice set of boobs.
I'm over here.
Lincoln,
that's the one. I couldn't remember his name. I haven't been in tights all that much. But Young Frankenstein's one of those just great ones. You've seen Young Frankenstein, haven't you? I got nobody, and nobody cares for me. Yes, I go, Frederick.
Well, that's the... Comedy is the classic place to get quotables, though.
I mean, Ghostbusters, we could just sit back for an hour and a half, just basically doing the movie verbatim, but just through quotes alone. It
was like that night where you decided to bore you senseless in the pub, where me and Denver decided to quote the entire movie Snatch at you.
Yeah.
You've probably watched Snatch once at that point, and not for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like 5 years previous, and it was kind of on in the background.
And it's sort of like, and you was like, hang on, we'll use the fucking pikey, and it's going straight over your head.
Oh yeah. And like with some quotes that you can take out of context and they work. Like for example in wrestling, and I'll get hurt or something, and he came out by accident. I say hurt, wrestling hurt, I've taken a move. He's like, oh, mother puss bucket, because he can't swear, because kid friend of the show. So I can't say motherfucker. And it's just a line right, it goes when Peter Venkman was looking at the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and he's like, mother puss bucket. And it's great because it gets a laugh.
Yeah, and that's there's so many things that we've quoted in promos. I think on the last show we did as a team, we quoted Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, the guy we were making fun of referred to us as Pinky in the Brain, so we came through the curtain, you handed me the mic and I was like, gee Brian, what are we going to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. But first we've got to deal with this Scottish goon.
and the audience got it, obviously, and it was a good laugh.
And in the same promo you quoted...
the Joker, because he has a Joker tattoo and his name's Gracie, he wears gear that looks like Nightwing from the comics. He was saying that we don't take things seriously, we're having too much fun doing things. And so I asked him, why so serious? And of course as the match is going, you're in the ring and I'm outside just kind of cheering on, almost your manager basically at that point. He's like, come on Rush, let's put a smile on that face. And he's just shooting me daggers, and he's trying not to laugh, because I have no idea what
that's the thing, he's got me in a chin lock and he's going, I wish he'd fucking shut up and try not to laugh.
That was basically the challenge we set ourselves.
We've got to make him laugh.
He went through the curtains wearing those bloody hats that he didn't know we had, and we saw him in the ring, he's trying so hard not to laugh. Say
back to the audience and he's just going, you twats, you twats, you twats.
These hats are really like Viking helmet almost, but like cap almost, with braids, hair attached coming down.
Braided ginger hair.
Like Pippi Longstockings.
One tartan, one with the Scottish flag on it.
Yeah, and then we handed them to the kids at ringside, like bringing Brett and Owen Hart, just the sunglasses over. And just getting quotes in real life, well, out of context quotes that still work. I mean, there's things like, what did you do, Ray? When something goes wrong.
Yeah.
I use that. I've had people not get it. I haven't caught the reference. Ray, Ghostbusters. Live a little.
Yeah. And then of course there's like brilliant insults from comedy that fit anywhere. Like one favourite of mine is actually from Black Books, and I'm thinking of you. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we won't use that one.
I won't say that one, but there is one that I will be using in the promo soon.
Yeah. So once that's been used, we'll.
Yeah. And then there's then of course one of the ones that always some when you take out of context as well can still crack people up because of the voice they're sending. For example, Queenie on Bob. His hair nose prettier than mine.
Because if it is, I'd have to cut it off. And then you'd have to marry someone without a nose, and that wouldn't be very nice, would it?
Imagine the mess which you're gonna call yuck!
When you said Nursey, Queenie, I was thinking of nurses. I was thinking of her on Bob. And
Nursey, that ain't my real name.
What is your real name?
Bernard.
Suits you, actually. There's one of my things that we used to do all the time when we had the original podcast. We'd talk about action movies and things, and we'd start talking about the plot and high point and low point.
And then
but by the time we got about half an hour into the episode, we were just talking about our favourite bits and quoting shit at each other and seeing who could catch the reference. And
eventually Rob would get lost.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't be able to keep up with us, and we'd just be bouncing back and forth and back and forth. I wonder how many people we've lost already.
Yeah.
But just doing shit like that it's half of the fun, because I like it when we're not structured, which is what this is. This is basically just turn on a camera and talk shit about shit.
I mean, another one of them great quotes that can be used anywhere, I find, is like when you got cut off and you're halfway through talking about something. Where was I going?
Hockety pockety?
Yeah.
Hockety pockety wockety whack. And then we're just, and then we're probably quoting Sword in the Sun for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then, that's it. Disney films are great for quotables as well. Like, I'm surrounded by idiots.
Yeah, Lion King's got great lines in there. Especially Scar. I'll say he's one of my favourite villains. Either him or Jafar, depending on the day of the week. But again, Jafar, calm yourself, Iago. Someone's getting a bit excited. I always use calm yourself, Iago. And Disney just...
Death of the King? Why? Is he sick?
No, fool, we're going to kill him. Simba too. Good idea. Who needs a king? No king, no king.
There will be a king.
Yeah, but you said...
I will be king.
Jeremy Irons is such a good voice for a Disney villain, especially someone like Scar.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I can't remember who does the voice of Jafar. I don't think it was a big name. It could have been, I just can't remember. But he just that, almost like an Alan Rickman vibe to him, you know, Professor Snape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we even come up with, like, where quotes would fit in certain things. Like when Chris Masters was using the Master Lock, we had the idea of him using phenomenal cosmic power.
From the fucking genie.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's. That's Hornswoggle under the ring.
Yeah.
Because we do stupid shit all the time. That's basically how Ask About Studios became Ask About Studios. Just us doing stupid shit. Then we just wrote it down.
Yeah, it's sort of like we listen to you can't write this shit, and it's like we can.
We could just make notes of it and maybe exaggerate it a little for comedic purposes.
Yeah.
Or tone it back a bit because we can't do that on TV.
Yeah.
And we had the idea of cartoon deathmatch.
Yeah. Oh God.
You know, it was like the battle of the sidekicks, and you had like Zazu versus Iago.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we threw Abu versus Iago as well. You know, to keep it the Aladdin side, because you had Abu versus Iago. You know, the bird side, so you had Zazu and Iago.
No, it was Zazu versus Iago, with Rafiki in one corner and Abu in the other.
Oh yeah, with the monkeys in there. Yeah, and there was the battle of the families, Simpsons and the Simpsons and the Griffins from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Because there's 5 on 5. You know, because Stewie and Maggie, that'd be pretty intense. Because I've seen Maggie break one of her bottles and like she's gonna take someone.
And she shot Mr. Burns.
And she shot Mr. Burns as well.
Yeah. When Stewie's just a
sadist.
Yeah.
You know, he's got lasers and teleports and stuff. I mean, if you wanted, you could throw Santa's little helper and Brian in there as well.
Yeah.
But you know, I maybe just get away with throwing Grandpa and Brian in there, so they're 6 on 6.
And we decided who'd be the best colour commentator as well.
Oh, it was the commentary team. Was it the South Park kids? I can't remember.
No, we decided the commentary team wasn't going to be from a cartoon. And the first person we picked for the commentary, we never picked a partner, but the first person we picked was Salem Saberhagen.
That's right. No, because he fit in somewhere else. Because we had the.
No, it was cartoon deathmatch, so we said we weren't allowed Salem.
Right, yeah.
So he became a commentator.
Yes, he'd be like Jerry Lawler. He'd be the colour guy. He'd be a good play-by-play man for Salem to bounce off of. And we just couldn't think of one.
Gonzo from the Muppets. I'm Charles Dickens. Hey, you're not Charles Dickens.
No, if you have Gonzo in there, you've got to have Rizzo the Rat as your colour commentator.
Yeah.
Rizzo the Rat was our backstage guy.
Yeah,
he
was the backstage. Coachman.
Yeah, it's like, so Jafar, tonight you're defending your title. How do you feel? And you flick him away. Well, thank you very much for that, Rizzo. So, Salem, how do you think the next match is gonna go? That was just stupid shit like that. This is the kind of thing you do when you're bored on a Wednesday and you drive down the motorway for a cup of coffee with a couple of mates. That's the kind of conversation.
And drinking too much coffee and start filming wrestling spots in the motorway service station.
Started down the banister to do a clothesline, water on the corner, you hit me with a wet floor sign.
Yeah, undercleave on an escalator.
That wasn't on the escalator, just coming up and downstairs. But yeah, that was
undercleave and coming up.
Yeah.
This is a weekend.
It's a good weekend.
It wasn't a weekend though, as you said, it was a Wednesday night.
There you go.
That's what happens when you throw me, you, Tyree and Rob into a car, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Rob was there. That's how much of an impact he had.
And we invented the motorway Dalek.
That was when it was just me and you.
Yeah.
With the little on-table bins, with a straw sticking out of it, and it looked like a Dalek. And then we made Ms. Dalek, like Miss Pac-Man has got a bow in her hair. So
yeah.
we took a little
what I remember about that
coffee thing, tried to not make it a bow, pounced it on top, and got the motorway Dalek couple.
Yeah. What I remember about that one with the 4 of us is we sat there around the table and we were passing comment about the lassie behind the Costa Coffee desk.
Oh yeah, the one.
And you said quite loudly something like, "Why don't you go and ask her out then?"
Yeah.
Try to embarrass me. Never try to embarrass me, because I'm always going to flip it, embarrass the person you try to embarrass me with.
Well, remember, I left my number for another lass woman at a different time.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning with the only 2 guys in the services. That may have looked a little creepy.
I think there was one guy who's kind of on his laptop over in the corner, so we're not really saying
fat,
much.
or as we also like to call him, Fat Witherspoon Man.
Yeah, we went back and forth, getting different things, sugar, milk, another coffee, whatever. And bit back and forth.
More
flirting.
stirrers to do mass impressions.
Yeah,
Just went back and got another one. Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake.
Rest in peace, Henry. Here comes Colonel Potter.
Yeah.
Can we have more Stizzle Swicks? Who stole my Stizzle Swick? More quotes.
Yeah.
Mash is good for quotes.
Horse hockey! That's a video that's worth looking up. The Sherman Potter quotes.
Yeah, Sherman Potter quotes. Evil Hawkeye, that was a good one.
Brilliant.
There was a good one I heard, I was watching it the other day. They were playing poker in the swamp, and Trapper just said, you're up shorty to the radar. Quit making fun of my height. What height? You have no height to make fun of. Go get some height, we'll make fun of it. I like that. I want to use it on somebody. The only short person I know though is you. You know? Because you'll get it and you don't care about making fun of your height.
Yeah, because usually I'll find something else to take the piss out of. Because I say he turned around and said, at the top of his voice, in a motorway service station, this is about 11 o'clock at night, so there's still a few people knocking out. You think she's fit? Why don't you go and ask her out then? Because she's working and she's not going to let me bang her in the toilets.
I forgot about that. That bit wasn't caught on film. We were filming a load of these expeditions.
Yeah. That's it, we had, I think we were filming on a camera phone.
No, it was the that crappy little camera that took like 30-second videos.
And we missed it because the camera stopped.
Yeah, because this video we have, the clothesline, the wet floor sign.
Tyler chasing us around the car park.
Yeah, when we first arrived. The drive down there,
Yeah.
some stuff in there. I'm singing along Paula Abdul in the car.
Yeah.
Opposite to track. There's us when we're having a fag, me, you and Rob were having a smoke. And that's when we were talking the cartoon deathmatch.
Yeah, that's how we got onto this.
And there's one of us, we just sat around the table arguing about the receipt, you know, how much we spent. How come my cost more? See, fucking there, £5.
Yeah.
Just arguing about how much, and the opening shot is Rob just looking the most boring person on the planet.
Yeah.
And he's not far off.
Put it this way, if Jabba could speak English.
Yeah. No, Jabba's got more personality.
Yeah. And Rob couldn't pull Leia, even on the string.
Nah. We'll look what he ended up with. He ended up with Jabba.
Yeah.
They shouldn't speak ill of someone who's not there to defend themselves, but I'd say just the same if he was here.
Yeah.
We have done on
We
podcasts.
probably say, we have said worse. In fact, I think one podcast basically drove him out the studio.
Yeah, he left an agent apart out of the podcast. Yeah. You've gone about how low of a sex life he had, and you and Anne were just talking about how he's been worn away to a nub at this point.
Yeah.
And he just,
but that's it, you don't get me going because I'll just keep bouncing back and forth.
And Anne was on top form that night.
Didn't happen that often, but when she was on that level as well, Rob was screwed.
Because he wasn't, that was the whole point of the rib.
Yeah.
It's...
I think that's how he started. It was like, Rob, you are so screwed. And I just went, no, he isn't. And like, fair enough. When was the last time you had that shag, Rob?
He hasn't had pussy since pussy had him.
Yeah.
It was literally just shit, like just burying the guy with live microphones that were recording to put on the internet, and he saw his ass and left.
And so he just, oh, but your cat doesn't count. Just cut him off before he can get a word in. But that's the thing. I mean, because that's the, I think it was his segment that gone on too long. It just
it was so early in the episode, like 10 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
I hadn't even been recording that long. It was so early on. I thought, oh god, it's gone downhill already.
Yeah. This is anything to Anarchy. Then during the break, it's like, Rob, we've had our fun now.
No, because I left the room and you and Anne were. I think you might have carried on talking because I edited it out later on. And I went out because he was only outside the door. And he said, there's no need for that, and all this, like, alright, I don't worry, I'll cut it out, you know, and we basically resumed recording and edit it out later on. And it's like, he couldn't take, he's so thin-skinned, he couldn't take it.
Yeah. Whereas that's the, you could bounce back and forth like that.
You could have a crack about my sex life, and I could very easily come up with a comeback and say something.
No, put it this way, we've got this brilliant tool, it's called, someone wants to go harsh, we go graphic.
Yeah, he's gone more and more vulgar and descriptive.
Yeah.
You know, every single...
No, remember, we can't do that on there.
No, that's true, we can't.
Welcome to the embarrassing X half hour.
Yeah. Deck chairs.
There's another brilliant source of quotes. Comedians.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't go with... Put it this way, because let's just say the quote.
Yes.
Like separating deck chairs with your dick.
I tell you, I used that line at work a couple of days ago, and the guy said it, so he just pissed himself. It's always a brilliant line. Oh, because I'm trying to think now. Like I said, they come up naturally, these quotes, when we start saying them. We'll be talking about a movie. So I'll mention a movie and you'll just say, alright, Last Crusade.
Junior!
They're not the one I was thinking of.
I said no camels! I watched it 2 days ago. I've got quite a few of these. Germany has declared war on the Jones boys!
That's the one you always go. That's always your go-to one from Last Crusade. Germany's declared war on the Jones boys.
Brilliant point in that movie is where they're on the chairs, and she leans into Indy, and his dad replies.
Oh yeah, I loved him. As much as the next man in line. I was the next man in line. Just in weird father and son comparing notes on this last of us slept with.
It's sort of like.
So, there's something I have to tell you. Don't get all sentimental on me now, Dad. The floor's on fire. See?
And the shirt.
And the curtains.
Make for the fireplace.
I love those Indiana Jones films are such good lines and they're so well written. And I mean,
I think the best. Sorry. It's alright. Look, it's a fake.
It's a fake. You can tell by the cross section. Breaks the heart and the head.
I thought you were one of them.
One of them would have crawled through the window.
Dad, they use the door.
That's the one. I haven't watched them in a bit. I've only recently got the box set again, so.
You brought it with you.
I sent it to you to keep it safe. Might as well send it to the Marx Brothers.
What were you thinking, Junior? I said, don't call me Junior.
I came here to save you. Oh yeah, well, who's gonna save you, Junior? Look what you did! Shot 3 Nazis. I like the bit when they've got it and they're running and they bump into Hitler because he's on one of his parades.
He just signs it, he just autographs it.
He has the diary that he wants that has all these things in his hand and he autographs and gives it back to Indy. So, oh my god.
Called the dog Indiana.
A lot of fun memories of that dog.
I got to say, I mean, that's the thing. There wasn't a weak character in that film. And one of my favourites is going to be Salah.
Oh, Salah, yeah.
Mate, he's done some good parts, hasn't he?
It's weird, Pat Roach, from Auf Wiedersehen, Pet. He was in, I think he was in all 3 of those movies. He was definitely in Raiders and Temple. I'm sure he was in Last Crusade as well. Did he have 2 parts in? Yeah. He was definitely in the first 2 movies. I think he had 2 parts in Raiders as well. There's 2 different people. Because he wasn't the Cairo swordsman. He was the a lot of people think he's the guy. He's fighting on the plane. Hey, Juno, come here. And then, all right, I'm coming. That fist fight gets shredded up by the.
Another brilliant moment in that film is where he kicks the crap out of the German guy, throws him out the window of the Zeppelin, just like no ticket.
That was Last Crusade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Henry's chasing the birds with the umbrella. And the plane gets bird singing. He's like, I suddenly remember my Charlemagne. I can't even remember what he says.
Early on the boat, that belongs in a museum. Sorry, you.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you. The Temple of Doom had less quotes. He was mostly just Indy, fucking
I swear she got more gimpified as the movie went on.
Yeah, fucking Willie Scott just screaming her ass off. I mean, there is the big one, obviously. Kalima!
Yeah.
Kalima Shakti Day!
Because that's the thing, you had Woman in Temple, and then you had Sexy Clever One in Last Crusade.
Oh, the Nazi one.
The Nazi one.
And of course you had Marion in Raiders.
Yeah.
One that could handle herself, she had behind the bar when all the Nazis break in. She knew how to handle herself in a sticky situation.
Yeah.
How did we get on to Indiana Jones? Again, just quoting movies, and we just go off on these massive tangents.
Yeah, because I mean that's the other thing about another way you tell a good movie is if everybody knows the music from the end.
Oh yeah.
For example, everybody knows you hear da 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 da.
Was
It's
it
Indiana
Indiana
Jones. Or
It's a good game we had to play. Alright, I'm going to try this on you, right? You've just done Indiana Jones. Do the A-Team.
I can't. I know the 18, but can't do a good version of it.
Just give it now, because you've just done it right after Indiana Jones. Try it.
They're the same.
No, they're not. It's sort of, yeah. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Now do Superman.
Da 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 da.
That's Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars is the same though. They're all roughly the same.
And Superman, oh, I'm going to go Indiana Jones myself then. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Then you go to Knight Rider. Da, 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 da.
Airwolf.
I never watched it.
Airwolf was a sort of a cross between Star Wars and Knight Rider. It was out. It's da 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 da.
Next Generation.
It was a twin.
It was a da 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 da.
So the guy sat there with the instrument that makes that noise, doing just going. Oh, that'll do. Someone putting that next gen.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's taken the John Williams score from Star Wars. Like, the notes are good, the tune's good. Let's just rearrange it a little bit. I'm playing all the right notes, just not necessarily in the right order.
The Aaron Morecambe approach to theme music.
There you go. Take Star Wars, chop it up, put it in a different order. There's Next Generation. There's the A-Team. There's Superman.
That's what I mentioned to you the other day, like talking about like the music from films and everything like that. Because a thing the Navy like to do around here, the Royal Navy, third song on the playlist for every boat they launch is a song from Star Wars. Well, it's the Star Wars theme, unless it's a nuclear deterrent submarine. In which case it's dun 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 dun.
You get the Imperial March, which is great.
Yeah.
When we were in Edinburgh this last time, we saw the guy playing the bagpipes.
Yeah,
a busker playing the bagpipes, and he's playing the Star Wars thing. We heard a little bit of it, and it's like, sounds a bit like Star Wars. We were because he's kind of rearranged it a bit.
Yeah.
I was like, it is Star Wars. That's awesome. It's like Star Wars.
And when
bagpipes.
I was up there for an interview a few weeks back and everything like that, I walked past the same guy and I swear he was playing Poker Face.
Yay!
But seriously, the guy knows nearly everything on the bagpipes, and you've got a guy who can play chart music on the bagpipes, and you've got guys who dance with swords. What? That's busking when it's cool. Guy sat there with a guitar. You're not trying hard enough. Sod off.
Yeah.
You ain't having my 50 pence.
One-man bands, yeah, they look like a doofus, but there's a lot more talent because you're doing the harmonica, you're doing the drums, you're doing the accordion.
It's when you see the guy sat there and he's got his drums, he's going boom, ch, and he goes because the chav's nicked his harmonica.
Buskers, that took a weird turn.
Yeah.
Didn't expect to get there. You know what the difference is between you and me?
What's that?
I make this look good. What's the movie?
Men in Black.
There you go. That's always a good result. You just say a quote and you know the movie it's come from.
Yeah.
You say the movie and come up with as many quotes as you want, or say a quote and ask where it's from. It's like that 6 Degrees of Separation game. You get from any actor to any other actor, and there's little hints and tips you can pick up.
Yeah, kind of like the thing you used to do on the Chris Mell's Breakfast Show, Dave's Tedious Link between the songs.
It's sort of, yeah. They were taking the piss version.
Yeah.
These ones like, go through the little tips. If you go from an American to a British, go through Harry Potter, because you can get to Alan Rickman, who was in Die Hard, and because of Die Hard you can get to pretty much every action hero because of the Expendables.
Yeah.
So my dad gave me one. It was one of the guys from Auf Wiedersehen Pet, and he wanted me to get to. It was Henry Winkler, I think.
Yeah, I think we used to play this quite a lot and just sat looking for really obscure people and trying to link them.
Yeah, and we could get it. I mean, we couldn't always get it in 6, but we could always find some way of doing it.
I think the record we had a 27-person link, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we were trying to get as long one as possible.
I think it was something like Neil Patrick Harris to Bill Bailey.
Something daft like that. Yeah, we could have done it in like 15, but we thought we'll stretch out as much as we possibly can. Yeah. So.
I think the start of that link was Neil Patrick Harris went out with Stacey Keebler
Yeah,
I can remember how it started. Neil Patrick Harris went out with Stacey Keebler, who worked for WWE and managed the Dudley Boys, who used to travel with The Rock.
Yeah, you get to The Rock, get to more action heroes.
Yeah, you get to every action hero on the planet via the Expendables or Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we went through Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, because I can't remember now. It's so long ago. But yeah, because I think I tried one with my dad. I think I tried to get from Steve Austin to The Rock, not including wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, actually do it through movies. You know, like, you can say, yeah, okay, they fought at WrestleMania. It's like, no, go through actual movies. And there was a way to do it. Can't remember, was it like, you know, Stone Cold was in The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler, who was in such and such, who was in, you know, you get to it that way. And you forget about things when you're hearing that record. You realize, oh God, he was in that, wasn't he? And yeah, he was in that as well. And you just start placing things around. But it's weird to, like I say, to get from British to American, especially if it's not even a British film, someone from a TV programme. You know, get from Gail Platt from Coronation Street.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said. Bill Bailey and Neil Patrick Harris was quite a long-winded one.
Yeah, my dad gave me one. He tried to get me to. It was someone from Coronation Street. It was David Platt. You watch Coronation Street, do you?
No.
It was like David Platt to like John Barrowman or something.
Yeah. And
Peter Kay had been in Coronation Street, and he was in Doctor Who as well. So John Barrowman was in Doctor Who with David Tennant, who was in Doctor Who.
You can actually do Walter Austin quite easily.
Yeah, I know there was an easy way of doing it. I can't.
Yeah, the route is Vinnie Jones, Samuel
Jackson.
Mm.
What was...
No, wait. Samuel Jackson was in the X-Men movies, wasn't
he? X-Men?
No, what am I thinking?
No, he wasn't.
No.
I don't know.
No, I've got the wrong guy, sorry. No, because I was going to say Vinnie Jones, Samuel Jackson, Vin Diesel, The Rock.
What? What?
Samuel Jackson, Vin Diesel, Triple X, Vin Diesel and The Rock, Fast and the Furious.
Right, yeah, because Vinnie Jones was in X-Men. He was the
Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Again, we're quoting stuff.
Yeah.
There is some sort of trend to this episode.
Yeah, we call this tangentially related. That was another title I came up with later on for iPod Ucast, and because we always went off on tangents, and it was weird because when I said we started doing the segments after the end of the show, we did the Between the Ropes one.
Yeah.
And we went on and on for it. Anne came in from work, and she was talking about wrestling for about 20 minutes, and then she was like, right, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode on Only Fools and Horses. She's like, what? I was like, don't worry, it's just a segment. We have talked about Only Fools and Horses at some point. Like, how long's your bloody segment go on? We went on a tangent. Of course he did.
Somebody mentioned Edge Christian. Someone mentioned Credully and it just got bad.
It went downhill very quickly. A lot of the times, the tangent is just spin naturally out what we're talking about. I remember a debate that we ended up having about Chris Benoit, right? Because Rob, didn't agree maybe about taking him off, erasing him from history, basically. I mean, there's the whole thing like I can understand from a company base. As a fan, I don't like, but I know where they're coming from. Really coming, and that all started because it was just a quick joke that we made to each other because Benoit came up somehow in a match that had happened. It was unfortunately that match has been buried, never seen the light of day again. That's all I from a Chris Jericho book. It was like who or too soon. It was one of those type of things,
That's it. Just forward. Who? Too soon? What?
Yeah, it's like never heard of him. And then Rob piped up, and then we ended up having this 15-minute debate, which I enjoyed the debate.
Yeah.
It was good to have it, which is like one of those tangents that after we got to the end of it, how did this even start?
Yeah. It's like where were we?
Hockety pockety?
Yeah. You usually tell when we'd finish the tangent. Where was I going?
And not only because of the Disney episode.
Yeah.
We did an episode just on Disney movies, classic Disney, not like the Pixar's and stuff.
Yeah.
And we got to
this before it got crap.
Yeah. No, I like the Pixar movies. Come on, Toy Story.
Yeah. Put it this way. I think I've mentioned this before, and then we're only about 3 episodes in. But generally speaking, Disney sequels are shit. The exception being Return of Jafar.
Return of Jafar is a pretty damn good film. I enjoy that.
Well, I mean, put it this way, Lion King 2.
Simba's Pride. I didn't. It was nowhere near the quality of The Lion King.
But some of it made no fucking sense whatsoever.
And there was a lot of too much coincidence, or that's too contrived or whatever. But it's an enjoyable movie.
Yeah. So in other words, the second one was a bit. Don't make a fucking third one.
No, the third one was basically Lion King 1.5.
Yeah.
While The Lion King was going on, here's what Timon and Pumbaa were doing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of pointless. You know, it was like, because it was that bit before Simba met the two of them, and while Simba was off fighting Scar, what were they doing, all that shit. And it was kind of dumb. Yeah. I didn't mind. The second one had some good songs in it.
Yeah. And the other one I'd say is, if a film's been around for a good number of years, like The Jungle Book, don't make a fucking sequel.
And like Cinderella 2.
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid 2. I mean, I know The Little Mermaid was a fairly recent as far as Disney goes. It was like 1990 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the whole point, and some of the stories they come up with. I mean, the Little Mermaid, she makes a deal with Sea Devil, basically Sea Witch, to get legs, be a human. This one, sequel, Ariel's daughter makes a deal with Sea Witch's sister to be a mermaid. And I was like, fuck off!
Yeah.
Just get to fuckery, alright?
I mean, that's the... we've mentioned like songs in Disney and everything like that. Your favourite song from Disney?
Oh god, that is a difficult one. Because I like...
Strangely enough, I'd probably say at least one of mine's by a villain, but there's a couple of others that are up there.
I like Be Prepared from The Lion King.
Yeah, that's the villain one.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you said villain, that's got to be one of them. And there's one from Lion King 2. It's the opening credits. He Lives in You. That's pretty good. And I like... I think it's Deception. I think it's called. It's when Kovu's kicked out of the Pride Lands, basically. It's a pretty good song. I'm really trying to think now of Disney songs that I like. I mean, there's some that obviously I've got a fond nostalgia value for, like Hockety Pockety.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Jafar one.
Jafar, the only time Jafar sang, in Return of Jafar.
Yeah.
I must admit your parlour tricks are amusing. And when he's just dicking with the genie.
Well, yes.
You're only second rate. That's the one.
Yeah.
That was a great song.
Listen, that was my other one, but I couldn't remember the name of it.
Second rate.
Yeah.
That's good. Hercules had a couple of good ones. I liked the. Did you watch the Hercules movie? The one that Meg sings in the garden. Who do you think you're kidding? He's the earth and heavens. I won't say I'm in love. That's the one. I like that. It's got a nice little beat, and for the most part, the songs are kind of meh in Hercules. He's a random thing I actually heard about.
It's the third one. You're going to look at me confused why I'm saying this, but everybody wants to be a cat from the Aristocats.
That's good.
Just simply for that end bit.
Because it sounds like that nice slow, just everybody wants to be.
And it just ends with everybody. It's like Fuzzy have turned up. Ah!
He's just the soft trumpet and snares and hi-hats and stuff.
It basically starts...
A bit of saxophone going and trumpet. Everybody wants to be a cat. But it just escalates and it doesn't stop.
It's like it starts with the Pink Panther theme and just slowly moulds this entire orchestra conglomerate thing.
Yeah,
it starts dun, and ends up at bing.
It just goes up and up and up and
yeah.
And I think in the movie, at the end of the movie, it has an end where they just hold the notes and it wants to be a cat and whatever they hold it. But in the movie, I know it just fades out. You've got the cats walking on the wall with the broken instruments because they've been knackered in the party. And like the camera just kind of pans up to the moon and it wants to be, and just getting quiet. It wants to be a cat, everybody.
Yeah.
And then there's the next nice quiet the next day, and basically the kids are waking up. Or they're being put.
I'll say it was another fantastic one, the Robin Hood one. That was brilliant for Disney songs.
Oh, the Robin Hood movie, yeah, because you had the opening one.
Yeah.
Not in Nottingham.
Yeah, every town.
That's a good. It's got a good beat to it.
Yeah.
The other good.
Yeah.
Sure, I think it was
Too late to be known as John the First. He should be known as John the Worst.
yeah, the another big rambunctious one when they're all singing it in the jungle. And right after the opening, you got that little John running through the forest.
I think probably one of my favourite lines from that. A minute before he knows we're there, old Rob will snatch his underwear.
He's wearing the fucking puppet clothes.
Yeah.
He's called him into the fucking Punch and Judy stand. There are some really good Disney songs.
Yeah. He was quite good for lines as well. Another hiss out of you, sir, hiss, and you will be walking to Nottingham.
Snakes don't walk, they slither. So there.
Yeah, the way he just folds his body up on the edge of the basket. Fantastic.
Speaking of which, you hear that hiss? Oh, you can't, he's in the basket. Don't forget it. Just the way he says it under his breath.
Put it on my luggage, PJ.
I love the way he says it under his breath. Oh, you can't, he's in the basket. He's just forgotten what he's done with his henchmen.
Prince John was a great villain as well.
At one point, doesn't Little John tie him around a pole?
Yeah, ties it with a pole.
Yeah, it was
Freya Tuck.
Freya Tuck did it, yeah. Is it the archery contest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's an archery contest?
Yeah. Well, hand me you eat.
Did he stick him in a barrel? Please, I don't drink.
Hiss, you never around me. Come in.
Drunk out of
Drunk out
bombs.
of mine.
Oh, there you are, PJ, dear boy. PJ, you're not going to believe this, but the stock is really Robin Hood.
Somehow the snake turns into Eddie Izzard.
We've got Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Well, the one and the same.
Yeah.
Shall I demonstrate?
Go
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you take the voice of Eddie Izzard, yes, a comedian, good thing, and you make him a little bit drunk and a little bit tipsy, he's had a bit too much to drink, and he's been doing some concerts and some stand-up gigs, so he's got a bit of a sore throat, he suddenly turns into Captain Jack Sparrow, mate. Savvy? Hello.
And if you want to know, if you want to actually meet Captain Jack Sparrow, just go along to the big sort of Coral Island arcade in Blackpool. He works there.
Yeah,
and a female pirate who walks around with his white fit.
Yeah, if you present him with a stuffed shark, he will count its teeth and pull a gun on it.
Yeah, we have photo proof of this.
What was it? You've got to get the facials right. It's more than just the hands and the voice. You've got to get a bit of... Wow! Sorry.
You doing that too? Is it you doing that to like the Bob the Builder thing in the service station was another good one as well. Whoa!
Oh yeah, the Bob the Builder ride on thing. How many times did I kick him?
Every single time we're in that service.
Every 5 minutes it goes on autopilot and you hear the digger start. Can wait, fix it! But by the time we left, let's give it sweet chin music.
Yeah.
If he was saying it as we left, and you can fuck off as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the random trips down the motorway. The first time we went, we got lost because I took the wrong exit off the roundabout, and we did a U-E and came back.
Yeah.
Doing a U-E on the motorway, always fun.
No, what it was, you were trying to go right round the roundabout to come back up at Carford to go to Burton Kendall Services for a brew. Yeah. But instead you went down to Carford and struck in.
So there was a roundabout there, so I came back up there, made the left and got to...
So I just saw him, went, where the fuck are you going?
You said take the next left! Yeah, the next left after this one! When you say next, I take the next. Don't say, you say next, not this one, but the one after it. I'm driving, first time on the motorway, be clear.
Going down the motorway between my bollocks!
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's me and you, and there's Liz, Emma and Sarah, who we met randomly, because I'd finished work about 5 to 12 or something. I was driving at the bus depot. Went down, I think we went to get some food or something, or to get some petrol in the car or something, because we knew we were going to go down the motorway. Yeah. And they were there, because it was the day Harry Potter came, the last Harry Potter came out.
So this was how long ago this was.
It was 2007. And they're queuing for... to get it as it launches, it's midnight, we can officially sell these books, and there's the queue. It's like, what brings you in? We're getting food, what about you? We're getting Harry Potter. Alright, but we're all going for fancy a brew? What are you thinking? Won't go down the motorway, don't know about you.
So of course,
sure, why not? So there's 5 of us in the car.
Sarah's reading the book all the way down, but we can't resist driving through the centre of town past all nightclubs shouting, Harry dies, Voldemort did it.
Just spoiling the book. We didn't even know if it was true. We hadn't looked ahead or anything. We didn't even know it was true. Just shouting it. It's like, Harry Potter dies. Like, someone went, no! We wanted to read this book.
Yeah, whereas you
some
get
people cheered.
Yeah, that's it. But about 80% of people were, Whey!
And there was a couple of us like, it was the worst thing ever that we've spoiled Harry Potter for them. It's been out for 7 minutes and we've spoiled the ending, as far as they're concerned anyway. I mean, it turned out it was true. He did die, became
It
that.
was sort of like, Sarah, can I borrow the last page? Why?
No.
We're going via Cornwallis Street. But you'll ruin it for me!
No, you can't borrow it. But yeah, she was having a laugh as well. But she was basically reading Harry Potter the whole way down. I think she read like 3/4 of the book on that time. She's a very fast reader. She got moved ahead of grade in school. She's actually a year younger than me. And she basically is Hermione.
Yeah.
That's what we started referring to her as. She was a Hermione Granger. And cracking ass on it as well. On Sarah, I'm on about here, not Hermione.
On the flip side, you got a nice set of boobs.
Blinking, I'm over here. What was I going to say? That was a boy.
Hockety, pockety.
Oh yes, that's right. Hockety, pockety, walkety, back. The Disney songs. That's what we were, Disney songs. Because we had an album, and here's one, right? There's every time one of these Disney albums comes out, the best Disney hits ever or whatever, there's always one on there called the Tiki Lounge, in the Tiki Room or whatever. And it's not from a movie, it's like from one of the attractions at one of the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And it's like a place you go eat and drink or whatever. But it's basically the equivalent of putting It's a Small World on there.
Yeah.
When you hear a Disney album, you want the ones that are on the movies.
Yeah.
And they always put Little April Shower on there from Bambi, and I fucking hate that song.
And of course, the other one on there is always zippity-doo-doo.
They kind of get away from that one now because of how racist that movie is. They get away from Zippity Doo Dah, but they always put Baby Mine, is it, from Dumbo? The fucking downbeat one with the mental mother rocks the son to sleep.
Rather than the Crows.
But again, they're kind of seen as racist as well. They get away from the Crows. When I see Elvis,
that was another one we came up for Cartoon Death Match. The Crows from Dumbo versus the Vultures from the Jungle Book.
Oh yeah. That was a good song. You know the
So what do you want to
do? I don't know. What do you want to do? What was it? The Friend song. I can't remember.
We your friend.
Yeah, I mean based off the Beatles, obviously.
There's another great line from that film. Try something else. There's teeth in the other end.
It's alright. We've got a clue. You can let down. You can get down now, Baloo. Are you kidding? There's teeth in the other end. And Shere Khan, he's another one of those great villains. Top three are Jafar, Scar, and Shere Khan. Yeah. Because they're that sophisticated villain. Yeah. They're not the.
You can imagine them sat there with a cigar
and a brandy. Especially Shere Khan. Why should you run? Surely you know everyone runs for Shere Khan. Now I'm going to close my eyes and count to 10. 1, and Mowgli's just standing there. You're trying my patience. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He did that really good. He's like Winchester.
Yeah. Charles Emerson Tiger.
The third. And it's sophisticated, but I don't like baddies who are just, I'm evil, I'm going to be evil, and like Ursula from The Little Mermaid. I like Maleficent is a great looking villain. I like Maleficent, from Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. Fuck this new movie, by the way, with Angelina Jolie. Fuck that, because that's not Maleficent.
Take that movie and go fuck your hat.
Yeah. But the whole point of her being a villain, if you think about, have you seen Sleeping Beauty? You've seen it, yeah? Yeah. Been a while. Yeah. Yeah. But basically,
at the time, I was reading that porn movies.
Yeah. Basically, she. She comes to the basically the christening of the princess, and she puts the curse on it. Yeah. It's probably because basically she's been snubbed. She wasn't invited to this thing. If the good fairies are there, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, they're there, and dignitaries and princes and kings and queens and whatever else. And if she'd just gotten in, she basically just pissed off. It's like, you didn't invite me, you pricks. I live here too. And she's just, alright, here's my gift then. You're not going to invite me to give her a gift. Alright, I'll give her a fucking gift. Right, when she turns 16, you're going to prick her finger and die. Should have invited me, motherfucker. Peace out. Crack of lightning. Green smoke. Crow. Away she goes. If she just got invited, it was like, oh, fine, you know, he's a box of chocolate.
He's a carrot.
Yeah, he should have given a dick present, you know.
Yeah.
It would have been something like, you know, have a thimble, have a button.
Not die when you're 16.
Yeah, but I don't know why she could just kill her there and then. I don't think I'd make her wait for it. I don't know. But yeah, she should have not. Maybe she's not. She's not evil, you know. She's a little spiteful and vindictive. You know, if she was truly evil, it'd been all right. Here's my gift. Zach dead. Bye. that would have been it. You know, short fucking movie. It's not Sleeping Beauty. It's Dead Kid.
Yeah.
New from Walt Disney Pictures.
Murder.
Dead Kid.
Murder.
At night. Before the sun sets today, she will be dead. Told you. The thing with the Wicked Witch of the West in Wizard of Oz, she basically dicks with them all the way to Emerald City to see the wizard. She could have killed them at any time, and you know she throws a fireball at Scarecrow. But it's not to kill him; she's to basically dick with him. She could have killed them at any point to get the slippers off Dorothy. Poisons the poppies that they're walking through to put them to sleep. No, that could have been real poison. They could have been dead. You got the great and powerful Oz, and he wants to do a favour, you know, kill the witch. So they go into the witch's castle. She sends a flying monkey to kidnap them to bring them to the castle. They're going there anyway.
Yeah.
you just saved them a journey. She'd be killed by water. Why she got a bucket of water just lying there?
Yeah.
You know, and she's never met water once in her whole life, but, you know.
Yeah.
And I the fact that the Munchkins ask, you know, she asks, are you a good witch? And, you know, there's no, all good witches are beautiful, you know, only bad witches are ugly. It's like, well, you don't need to ask them, she don't have a green face. You know,
somehow the greenness escaped the argument.
Yeah, hey, Glinda, Dorothy's prettier than you. You ain't exactly pretty, motherfucker. Good Witch of the North. You're borderline. I think you.
Mind you, Good Witch of the North. She used to put a bit of bug on to deal with the cold.
I think she kind of average witch of the Northwest.
Yeah.
She ain't pretty. She ain't ugly.
Well, put it this way.
She ain't good. She ain't bad. She could have sent Dorothy home at any time. Send her on the fucking wild.
Put it this way. She couldn't have been any more average if she turned up in fucking jeans.
Yeah. And where does the red brick road go? When that spiral goes out in Munchkin Land, there's a yellow brick road and the red brick road going the other way. Where does that go?
Polar opposites. It goes to the zoo.
Maybe that goes to the witch's castle. They could have taken the red brick road to kill the witch, then follow the yellow brick road to go to the wizard.
Or taking the orange one that links the two in between.
Exactly. That's like the A1.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
It's the North Circular, which is the avoiding road. It's a bypass. It bypasses Munchkin Land.
There you go. End up in Newfoundland.
Yeah. But listen, the Good Witch of the North, she was not the pretty, not Witch of the North from the North Pole, Lapland, like Santa's foot bloody when Mrs. Claus isn't looking, whatever she was.
Yeah.
No, she was sort of like average witch from sort of north. In other words, she was a slightly chubby bird from Barnsley.
Yeah. she was a slapper from Hull.
Yeah.
You know, I know where she's been. The Wigan Church of Pies.
Yeah.
She got. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
It's the biggest church in Wigan. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
You're gonna get a big one. Glinda, case in point.
Yeah.
Should we take a break?
Yes, I think we shall.
Alright, is it actually going to be a break and we're going to go back with part 2 of episode 2, or is it to the end of the episode?
We'll be back with part 2, because the reason I say yes to a break is because I need to urinate.
Alright.
And there's some more inside information.
Behind the scenes!
Yeah, behind the scenes. The breaks in these episodes are decided by our bladders.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain, you'll reveal too much. Right, we'll reveal...
Put your bum away!
We'll be right back.
Yes.
Welcome back. This is part 2 of episode 2 of the Bananacast. I forgot we didn't even introduce ourselves last time. I'm Paul Dalton.
And I'm Tom Quayle.
Still.
It hasn't changed since the last episode.
Not a damn thing. But we were talking about, we had other things about Disney songs and Disney sequels and things. How do you feel about the Pixar movies? They can be, for the most part, I think Pixar movies are good, but there are some duds in there.
Yeah. You know what the best way of doing it is? You're not gonna top Toy Story.
The original Toy Story.
The original Toy Story.
I would respectfully disagree.
Which one are you going with?
I like Wall-E.
I didn't really like Wall-E.
You didn't get into Wall-E?
Nah.
What about The Incredibles?
Again, the one I did like though, Despicable Me.
That's not Pixar.
That's not Pixar.
I mean,
I was thinking more modern sort
yeah.
of.
If you want to stick with just Pixar, you've got the 3 Toy Stories, and I think Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story 1.
Yeah, I liked all 3.
If you were talking about just Toy Story as
a
a
franchise.
franchise, okay, fair enough. In that case, I can understand that one. Yeah.
Again, there's quotables in there.
Yeah.
This is falling with style.
What's your favourite of the Toy Stories?
I think you're right in saying 2.
Yeah. I loved the first one. I loved the third one as well.
I love Sid as a villain.
Sid, yeah, and I like how Sid. He's an Easter egg in the third one. He pops up again. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He's the bin man right at the end.
Yeah.
When Lotso is on the front of the garbage truck, and that's he's supposed to be Sid, and he's got the same shirt on and braces and whatever else. Bug's Life.
But
It's cute and everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold. I mean, I do occasionally watch it. You know, I haven't watched it in a good long while, but it's all right. It's cute. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a classic.
No point going back to Sid. You know how they made Sid out to be the villain?
Mm.
Andy was really the villain in the Toy Story. How many times did he lose his toys?
That's true.
Sid puts toys back together and makes the best of stuff.
Yeah,
He was the poor kid and he was the rich kid across the road being a prick.
You bastard! I told you this. You know?
But I say it's just like I gotta bring it back up.
Exactly. But it's true. You know, he loses a toy and gets a replacement one. Andy, I'm on about.
Yeah.
Here. You know, and stuff's just it's getting lost. It's falling apart. You know, like Wheezy, the penguin in the second one. You know, his squeaker's broke. He gets put on a shelf for ages and forgotten about. He's covered in dust and goes to the yard sale. You know, Woody gets a slight rip in his arm, and suddenly Andy doesn't want to take him to camp anymore. Yeah. But Sid, his toys get broken. We don't know if he's broken them all himself, and we know he's a bit sadistic and blows up, you know, combat cars and whatever with fireworks. And maybe he is ripping heads off dolls and things, and cutting their hair. But he's making his own toys out of it, like the doll's head with the Meccano.
Sid was a highly skilled engineer.
He was. And he became a bin man.
Yeah.
You know. At the same time, Andy's going off to college. You've got to imagine Andy and Sid are probably about the same age.
Yeah.
I'd imagine. I mean, Sid might be a little older. But Sid maybe didn't get the grades at school, but he went and got himself a job. Andy's still fighting about going to college.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Either way, Andy's going to end up in McDonald's.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did all his repairs on his toys, make his own unique ones. I mean, there was the wrestler with the duck head.
Yeah.
and things like that. I like that duck head.
And the baby's head on the Meccano.
Yeah, I love that as a classic image from the toy, because that's pretty damn creepy. Especially when it comes out of the sand,
Yeah.
and the toys all come to life. It's a really creepy image, but really cool, very well done. And Woody's talking through his voice box the whole time. Then he finally comes to life. So play nice. You know, that would freak any kid out.
Yeah.
You know, poor Sid traumatised. The ending of Toy Story 3, I'll admit, it was a tearjerker. It got to me. But on repeated viewings, you realise it's a little silly.
Mm.
The fact he's getting so involved with it. I can understand him doing it for Woody. It's his favourite toy from childhood.
Yeah.
And maybe Buzz, because when Buzz came along, him and Woody were the go-to toys. But you know, Slinky Dog, and Rex, and Ham,
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head, and Mrs. Potato Head. You know, he's got backstories for all these people, and he's giving to the kids and whatever, to the new kids, the new owners. Like, it's a little hokey, a little false. The first time you see it, it got me. On repeated viewings, not as much. When it came to Woody, because he hesitated on handing over Woody, and it reminded me when I gave away a load of my toys, and I regretted it, you know, like so soon afterwards. In my case, it was a Green Power Ranger. Yeah. Green, he was my favourite Ranger. He looked cool. And I had it was one of the big ones, like that. You remember the size of those ones. One of the little figures with the flippy head. It was the big one, and he came with the Dragon Zord. And I regret it. I want my Power Ranger toys back. If I can't have my Power Ranger, I want my Megazord and I want my Green Ranger and Dragonzord. Because Green Ranger was badass, damn it.
Yeah.
He's the reason. I forgot for years until I watched it a few years ago that I wanted long hair for years. Because the reason went out of my head, and eventually my mind just made the connection, maybe because of wrestling, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and all those guys with long hair. And then I watched Power Rangers. I forgot how cool Tommy was, and he had his ponytail, and it's like, yeah.
Tommy, the only guy who's still in Power Rangers.
He's not. He's an MMA guy.
Yeah, but he did one. Well, as recently as 2009.
Yeah, he had to come out. I mean, with Jason did the same thing as well.
No, he actually did a full series, just sort of like the Sensei, sort of like the Zordon sort of person.
Yeah, but Jason came back. He was like the Gold Ranger or something.
Yeah.
And they revealed, this guy's the original Red Ranger. Yeah, and it became basically. He wasn't Zord. It might have been like a Zordon actually. But he was basically the leader of the group. But he became to this group what Tommy, as White Ranger, became to the original Power Rangers. It's Power Rangers is hokey. We know it's hokey, but I'll still sit down and watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. It was the worst acting in the world, but it was brilliant.
I know, and
just like you watched it as kids and thought it was awesome, but you watch it now and you just laugh.
I know, but I'll still watch it. Damn it!
Yeah.
I know it's pants. I know it's chopped together from two different TV shows. One in Japan was called something else. So all that footage of the Power Rangers and the Megazord and everything, that's all from Japanese things. And then you've got the American people doing their parts, and occasionally see them without the helmets of the film that.
There's another one who turned up again recently.
Bulk. Yeah, Bulk as well. He was in that Turbo. Bulk was in the Turbo Power Rangers movie.
No, and then he was in the same one that Tommy was in.
Yeah, but
as Uncle Bulk.
But I mean, I've seen. I saw a review. Guess who by of the Turbo Power Rangers movie, and Bulk and Skull were in it, and they were great.
Yeah,
it was so disheartening. It was like, well, Tommy still looks good. Kimberly and Jason, because they turned up as well as a nice little cameo. They still look good. They look like they did in the Power Rangers. Bulk and Skull are great. And that was depressing. It's like, was it literally day of filming or something? And thought, we could get Bulk and Skull. They're not doing anything. And they just came down, put makeup on, and didn't dye their hair. And everyone else has had dye jobs and cut jobs and everything else. But yeah, I started watching Power Rangers not long after the three of them left, and it was Billy, Kimberly, and Jason left, or was it? No. Zach left, Kimberly left, and Jason left. Yeah, we were left with Billy, Trini, and Tommy.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we had a new Pink Ranger, new Black Ranger, new Red Ranger.
And then the yellow one changed as well.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And eventually the blue one changed as well. And Tommy was the last one in, last one out.
Yeah.
he came in there, and because I was watching it was a couple of years ago, and I downloaded the whole season 1. Because I wanted to watch Green with Evil, the introduction. Yeah. Tommy's evil laugh, that rivals Shane McMahon's. It's just a great evil laugh. When he's giant, you've got Dragonzord and Giant Green Ranger and Giant Goldar fighting the Megazord, and it's just a great epic battle. And he's cackling away, and it's fucking great. I'm smiling thinking about it. It's a great image. This giant green Power Ranger. It's not something I ever thought, because the others guys, they're monsters. It makes sense for Rita to be able to make them grow, and Tommy's got a Zord. He doesn't need to, but he can. So if Jason, for example, was corrupted by Rita, went to the dark side, we could have the giant Red Ranger. It's cool that the magic works on the humans. You imagine giant Alpha 5. that'd be annoying. But I was watching it and I thought...
An I that causes earthquakes.
Yeah, exactly, like a sonic blast going out. But Tommy was left out of it for ages, like when he was a ranger. Because he'd always been off doing something else, like he was martial arts practice, and he didn't have a communicator and couldn't get a hold of him. And he'd come in later on and it was like, well, Green Ranger's hardly in it. But then the more I thought about it, it's like the old Justice League comics, where... What's that, R2? No, we've got the Dagobah system. In the old Justice League comics, you'd have Baddie would strike, you'd have Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, all trying to take down the bad guy, didn't work, regroup, go again with Batman and Superman, and it'd work. And Green Ranger was basically Batman and Superman. When the 5 Rangers weren't getting the job done, calling Green Ranger as well, and then you get Jones. Yes, because Tommy is that damn awesome.
Yeah.
That because Green Ranger, because his outfit was cool. And it was weird to me at the time, and it still is a little now. Because they had the diamond patterns on them.
Yeah.
But Tommy had triangles on his gloves and his boots. But without his shield, he was on occasion without his shield, he still had diamonds on there. Why do you have spiky triangles? I don't know.
No, I still say the best thing about the original Power Rangers was Saber.
So, oh god, I hated Saber the Talking Saber.
Exactly, because it pissed everybody off. It was funny.
But, I mean...
No, there's another one we came up for death match.
We have Salem versus Saber.
No, Saber versus Mary Poppins' umbrella.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The stupid inanimate objects battle.
Yeah. If I have to...
I'm going to say this. With Power Rangers, the bad lip syncing for Rita, yeah, it was a little distracting, but it didn't bother me as much as Saber, because he didn't say a whole lot. So when he did speak, you really noticed.
Yeah.
Because with Rita, eventually you tuned it out. With Saber, you noticed because he didn't say that much, when he didn't speak, you noticed it wasn't going at the same time. And his voice was kind of annoying as well.
Yeah.
Activate the Tiger Zord.
Yeah.
And again, the overacting as well. You got Tommy, because remember he called his own and he'd ride it before he jumped into it, and talking to him and saluting it. And he had all these powers in the back of his. They had to pick a different ball. You want to use the fire blast. You get this crystal ball thing, and into the thing, and it shoots out the mouth. And like, okay, I'm kind of tapping out now. I don't
that one. Boom! Fuck off, you prick!
I like the idea of being able to create a new Ranger using, existing powers. What's left of the Green Ranger power and bits of the Skittles Brigade and what Zordon's got. But I don't like it in practice. It was a good idea. When the Green Ranger popped up, it was good because Zordon had picked his 5 Rangers. Yeah, he had them all. The fact that Rita had a coin, and they bought it just for this use of this Green Ranger, but it was a good idea. It's like, that's good that she's got her own Ranger, and then they built up in the episode. So Rita has finally chosen her Ranger. It's like, yes, and and it's me, and I'm gonna wipe out the Power Rangers and blah blah blah. But then they made a new power coin. It's alright having a new Ranger, and it having been a pre-existing one in Tommy, the Green Ranger, but making the new power coin, I didn't like that. And that's where I kind of go, okay, I'm kind of over this right now.
Yeah.
And then when the other 3 left, and I was like, these 3 are worse actors than the others. The other 3 were serviceable. The new recruits were, no, I'm not picking up anything you're putting down right now. I'm not buying what you're selling. And I quickly went away. I watched the Power Rangers movie because it was a Power Rangers movie, and I think at the time, when it came out, had we got the new Rangers over here?
I don't know.
I think we might have done, but not long. We hadn't seen much of the new Rangers.
That's the thing, though. I mean, I think the thing that made the most money after that film was the text tone. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh yeah, that's great. I still want that as a text tone. I've got an iPhone. If I wanted to jailbreak my phone, I could have it as a text tone, but I don't want to jailbreak my phone. But just have that as a text tone, that's great. When I was working at Yates and Chris had a watch that was a phone where you could text and everything else, I said, how do you not have the Power Rangers communicator to your text message alert? Or as a ringtone, it'd be even better. Hello, I read you. You got to be talk to Zordon.
Apart from the fact of you do that behind the bar in the Yates, someone's going to punch you in the face. And you won't have said watch for long.
Well, the pub's not there anymore, someone nicked that.
Yeah.
Just trying to steer away from Power Rangers.
I was going to say, we kind of got hung up on Power Rangers here.
I don't know how that even happened. I did the Toy Story, we were about toys and I don't know about Green Ranger. We sort of about the Pixar movies. I liked WALL-E. The Incredibles is a good movie, but you're not much of a superhero fan, so maybe that's why you didn't gravitate towards it that much. I heard someone say, it was actually on one of the podcasts I used to listen to, they're not that interested in, they like the Incredibles movie, but they don't feel, I've seen that story, they don't know what you need to see from them anymore. And a counterpoint was, that's like saying you can't see anything new from the X-Men or the Fantastic Four. There's a team of superheroes. There's more villains out there for them to face. Right? It's, you could easily do 7 or 8 Incredibles movies.
Yeah.
Without having to worry, because I mean, they reboot the superhero movies like Spider-Man and Batman and all that stuff. Because the actors get older and they don't look as much like the characters are supposed to. This is computer animated. As long as you've got the voice actors still sounding the same, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can keep... Because what works with comic books is, they're as old as you draw them. You know, so Batman's going to be in his 30s forever.
Yeah, he's drawn like Richard Hammond.
The only reason someone gets older is because they're meant to. You know, like Dick Grayson eventually grew up, became Nightwing. So he wasn't going to be Robin anymore. They said, we're sick of having Dick Grayson, make him older. For the next year or so, we're going to start writing Dick Grayson now, make him get older and older, get more fed up with being a sidekick, be his own thing. And then we're going to be done with the Robin character. And that works in the comic books, and you can do that in a computer animated movie. Because you can keep them looking like that. And just as technology gets better, they look a lot like Woody. You still look like Woody from Toy Story 1 in Toy Story 3, but the graphics are a lot sharper. You know, like high def and all that stuff. Yeah. But they still look like the characters they're supposed to be. They haven't changed. You know, Andy was older because he was supposed to be. You know, because he's a human, it's to show the passage of time. But if they wanted to, they could have done... But in Toy Story 3, they showed like home movies that his mum was watching, and it showed Andy from the same age he was in the original Toy Story. You can do it that way because it's computer animated. They don't have to get older. And my phone's going mental, bloody Twitter going off at me now.
To the Twitter!
To the Twitter! Incredibles is one of those movies that deserves a sequel, and you could very easily do a sequel and haven't got one, but yet we've got Cars 2 and Planes. Yeah. I bet you've had to watch it like you've got a kid brother. So you've had to watch
I had to watch the original Cars. I'm going to admit, even William thought Cars 2 was shite.
Thank Christ. But it made a disgusting amount of money at the... well, Cars did, and I think Cars 2 was kind of a flop. But it made a lot of money, but just not what they thought. Planes bombed, yeah, exactly. That was not a good idea.
Yeah.
Because at least with Cars 2...
Well, strangely, quite a good pun.
Yeah. At least with Cars 2, you had existing characters you could build off from the first one, like the Porsche and the tow truck and whatever. I think the planes were kind of it. Were they the same cars that were introduced in Cars 2? The same planes? I know there was planes in there at some point. I haven't watched them. You know, maybe it's the same cars. I don't know. It's a spin-off movie. You know, we see how well that worked out with Puss in Boots. You know, we had 4 Shreks and a Puss in Boots. It was like, we didn't want that. Yeah. We liked Puss in Boots in Shrek 2. Was it the second one? Yeah, I haven't seen the third or fourth, so it must have been Shrek 2. Because it was a new character with a good personality and voiced well by Antonio Banderas. Yeah. He was basically Zorro and he had a lot of personality. But he's not strong enough, he's a good sidekick. I give him Donkey his own movie. He's a good supporting character.
It's like you didn't see Gromit the movie.
Exactly, you need Wallace there.
Yeah. Which brings up another good case in point. You can always tell, like, people who were kids were like around our age group because they've heard of the original 3 Wallace and Gromits.
It's not just a matter of love and death, and it's not Curse of the Were-Rabbit. You've got Grand Day Out.
Grand Day Out.
Wrong Trousers
and a Close Shave.
Great movies, and they always put them on at Christmas.
Yeah.
Channel 4.
Yeah. It's the wrong trousers, Gromit, and they've gone wrong. Stop them, Gromit. Stop. It was the hand movements were brilliant. Gromit. I'll get them with the fishing net on the in toy train.
I'll get them right there. Get the fucking mountain head on.
He catches a penguin in a milk bottle.
when Feathers McGraw takes the train off the carriage and the still going through at the same speed, haven't lost any speed. And Gromit just picks up the track and he's about to run out, just on the front, just laying the track as he's about to go.
No, when he goes to grab him, he picks up the train. He's just like on this little truck going...
Till he hits the bumpers, flies through the air. Wallace hits the wall, milk bottle lands in his hand, and the fucking penguin lands in the milk bottle. Boom! Gromit did, and then Wallace rolls up. We did it, lad, we did it! What did you think of Chicken Run? Another Aardman Animations thing.
Don't want to be a pa.
I don't like gravy. The chickens, Mrs. Tweedy, the chickens are revolting. Finally, something we can agree on. Again, I'm not sure if I liked it or not. There was bits that I really enjoyed.
There's bits that really cracked me up, but there's other bits so like, well, this is tedious.
Yeah, they really drag. You know, like the whole flying rooster thing when they find out, you know, the secret's revealed he can't actually fly. You know, he's shot from a cannon. You know, it's that whole trope of misleading you. He's going to find out later on. It's going to lead to the separation, but we're going to find out we need you anyway, and you're going to come back, and everything's forgiven and reunited. And that's a trope.
The more turns, the next pack routine.
Yeah. And I think maybe it's part of Mel Gibson in there. I think it's good that they got a big name for this basically claymation small-time movie out of the UK. But it just seems so weird because it's Victoria Wood's in it, isn't she?
Yeah.
And obviously, if Victoria Wood's there, then Julie Walters is going to be there. She's in there as well, isn't she? And then Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
It's so weird to hear them acting opposite each other.
And the thing is, that makes Mel Gibson the third best actor in it.
Yeah, I love Victoria Wood.
Yeah.
I think she's great, and Julia.
And to tell it was another good thing Victoria Wood did was that sort of like Morecambe and Wise growing up thing with Vic Reeves.
Yeah, Vic Reeves and Victoria Wood as Eric Morecambe's parents. They were really good. And it's not something I thought of putting together, but it worked, isn't it? Because she's very much what Eric Morecambe's mum was like by all accounts, and you can definitely see Eric Morecambe and Vic Reeves, because I think Vic Reeves based a lot of his stuff on Eric Morecambe.
Yeah.
He was Eric Morecambe for the millennium.
Yeah.
That's what Vic Reeves was. And Bob Mortimer basically being Ernie Wise.
Yeah.
That's what Reeves and Mortimer were, is the new Morecambe and Wise.
Mm.
And so you can definitely see the Eric Morecambe influence on Vic Reeves. So it makes sense to have Vic Reeves play Eric Morecambe's dad.
Yeah.
Sort of in a weird roundabout twisty way. Turn left at the traffic lights, squint your eyes, you might quite see it.
Yeah.
Where was I by?
Hockey Packy?
We're doing it again, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're just going to beat a joke into the ground so much that it's cement.
Yeah. That's been beaten in the ground so far, travelling on the tube, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Because there's so many movies that I've heard so much about, and I've gone to watch it, and it was alright. You know, like Aliens. I'm glad I watched Alien. You know, when I finally started watching, and Aliens. I didn't bother with Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection because apparently I wasn't missing much. But the first two Alien movies, I'm glad I watched them. Can't see myself watching them again. Not really my thing. They're good movies. Glad I watched them. I'm worried I'm going to have the same result with The Godfather because I've just bought the trilogy.
Yeah.
Again, it's those movies, you know, how you've never seen Alien, you've never seen Jaws, you've never seen The Godfather. It's like, you've never seen Ghostbusters, you know.
You've never seen Mean Girls 2?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, it's better than Mean Girls 1.
Yeah, I mean,
for a start, the last thing a fitter.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's a different story as well. It's not, cause that's more
How the spin did we do that?
Yeah, the thing with we were about with Disney movies earlier, the sequels being shit, because basically the same story as the first one, but the other way around.
It's backwards.
Yeah, like Ariel's daughter must be a mermaid instead of a human, and like instead of being Simba disobeying his father, it's Simba's daughter disobeying and hanging out with basically Scar's successor, and it's
and instead of Scar trying to overthrow, he's trying to get back in.
Yeah.
In other words, take what you wrote in the first one, reverse it.
Yeah. Scratch that, reverse it. But Mean Girls 2, we were set in the same school, but it was a different group of girls with different personalities, and there was different tropes, and it was different, a whole different story and different elements, because the whole thing of Mean Girls was this outsider getting in with the in crowd, losing who she was supposed to be and kind of staying there. This was someone who didn't want to get in and basically made the group all the outsiders versus the in, but the outside basically became the new in. She acted exactly the same as the one from the in crowd, but in a kind of negative way. It was kind of Superman Bizarro thing. You're basically the same person, but you're doing different things to do it. It was a good take, you know, she was ignoring her best friend. The only friend she had there, basically.
Yeah.
If I can remember, because I've only seen that once. It was like, she had this one friend, and she ended up basically ignoring her, because everyone else was hanging out with her. She didn't have time for the original friend that made the outside group what it was. I think they called them the anti-plastics, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The plastics were the from the same as Mean Girls, and you had the anti-plastics, which was the ragtag bunch of misfits. And that's what it basically boiled down to. It was a well told story. I mean, and I think it was a straight to DVD.
Yeah.
I don't think it came out of the cinema. My sister didn't know it existed, and I bought it for Christmas. And she enjoyed it, because I didn't know it existed. I saw the two in a one box thing. I was like, it's going to cost the same as... I like Mean Girls. It's going to cost me the same amount of money to buy this, and I may as well. You know, it's going to cost me a quid either way, and I might enjoy the second one, and I did. I like it more than the first one. We're admitting on camera we like Mean Girls and Mean Girls 2. You know, but the good movie, my dad likes Mean Girls. we were talking about Pixar movies. We get away from that if you want.
Yeah.
I always prefer the Pixar movies over DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Because I liked Shrek.
Yeah.
When it came out. I thought it was quite funny. The one bit that always sticks out with me in the original Shrek was the wrestling match.
Yeah.
Very, very early on.
Use the chair!
Yeah, and he's doing basically Hulk Hogan up on the turnbuckles. Then he hits a fucking elbow drop or leg drop or whatever. And then Donkey hits him, kicks him in the corner. And that was basically my funniest part of the first Shrek movie. There was a lot of good stuff in there. Shrek 2 came along and I thought it was so much better than Shrek. But then I heard Shrek 3 was so much worse. Because
I mean, there's that thing with Donkey. Are we there yet? No.
Oh yeah, because they did the annoying thing. Donkey's annoying in the first one. Let's make him a lot more annoying in the second one. You know, when Shrek and Fiona are travelling, he's doing that. Just making irritating noises just to... He's bored on the road. He's just aggravating Fiona and Shrek. And they upped the annoyance level. And Eddie Murphy can be fairly annoying at the best of times. When he's not just when he's voicing, I mean, even some of Beverly Hills Cop just kind of, oh, that laugh.
It's like, imagine Frank Bruno on helium. That's what that laugh is.
That sounds like Chewbacca. But someone I heard this, I can't remember where I heard it now. It was like, Chris Rock's the guy you get when you can't get Eddie Murphy. Chris Tucker's the guy you get when you can't get Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It's weird that Chris Rock basically got his start thanks to Eddie Murphy in one of the Beverly Hills Cop movies. I think Murphy saw him doing stand-up, like at the Improv or whatever, liked him, I thought I could even find the next... It was just a small role in Beverly Hills Cop 2 when he's back at the Playboy Mansion and he rolls with a fucking truck. He's like, yo, I give $5 for a car and $10 for a limo. What the hell is this? It's my truck. Here's a 20, park it next to a limo.
They were good movies for quotes though, weren't they?
Oh yeah. Don't think, Axel, it makes my dick itch.
No, you gotta say it proper for a
Well, don't think, Axel, it makes my dick itch.
No, you fell for a banana in the tailpipe.
Banana.
I think we just found the intro of the show.
A banana in a tailpipe. Made a banana of pimps.
Oh, that's it. Again, Beverly Hills Cop, one of them great films, but you know it's a great film because everybody knows a quote from it.
Yeah.
And again, the theme tune.
Yeah.
Of course,
You were worried.
Because the downside is, this one here, this pleb ship thing here, learned to do the Axel F ringtone song thing on karaoke. Which was usually followed by me shouting that famous line, Christ Axel, don't think it makes my dick itch.
Yeah. I was doing the Crazy Frog before the Crazy Frog was a thing.
Yeah.
Not saying to be a hipster or anything, but basically how that came about. We had me and Tyree had mopeds, and our mate Dave Wayman, we had mopeds at school and in college. And our mate Robert Booth had a trials bike, like a 50cc bike. And it had a habit, so I'm going to get a lot vulgar here. at lunch break at school, he'd always have to go home to do a poo. And he complained.
It's like the guy from Road Trip who can't take a crap at school.
Exactly.
Not Road Trip.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like one of the American Pie style things.
One of those things, yeah. Yeah, I think it was American Pie.
Yeah.
Because they were still in high school, weren't they, at the time. But, and occasionally you complain about, because it's a lunch break, so you haven't got much time, you can't take your time over it. So occasionally you complain about having ring sting. Right? Again, sorry for being vulgar, but it came in handy, because when he had this bike, it had this 50cc trail bike, and he'd stall it because he was getting used to the gears and everything else. But me and Terry would just come up with this ring, sting, ding, 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 blah. Every time we talk, blah. So I was doing that this was like 2002, 2003. And the Crazy Frog hit in like 04. 04 was when the ringtone hit, and 05 was when the song came out. I say song. So when the ringtone came about, I was right there with it. Yeah.
So of course,
and being able to roll your eyes coming down and all that shit.
Well, of course, when he
But people hated the Crazy Frog ringtone, but they'd record me doing it. To have it as a ringtone. This isn't the ringtone. This is someone at college doing it, and sounding just like it. And because it came out as a song, and it came on karaoke with George, and I was like, there's no one in doing the karaoke tonight, it's Monday night or whatever. I'm going to give it a shot. I could do the Crazy Frog. Why the hell not? So I did it to mixed reactions. Hated it when it started, but got to the end of the song, and people loved it because I got all the way through and like, wow, and all this shit. So cut to a couple of years later, there's a karaoke competition, Yates' Fame Finder. I've tried different versions of songs to advance to the next round and win and whatever. Not quite successful, so I thought, fuck it. Last chance, I'm just gonna go for broke here. So I did Lose Yourself by Eminem, the one from 8 Mile, and The Crazy Frog, and Axel F. And I won. Which got complaints. Because he got a huge cheer when I did it. Eminem got a good cheer and Crazy Frog got a huge cheer because they couldn't fucking believe it. But it got complaints because the complaint was, that's not singing. And Brian, to his credit, the manager, who organised the competition, said...
it's not a singing competition, it's a karaoke competition.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a karaoke competition. That song is in the karaoke book. He did it. He did it well. And he played that Eminem song, and the judges felt because of how well he did it, he deserved to win. But he came up to me later on and said, "We've had complaints. You've still won, but you're not allowed to do that in competition again." Not a problem, Bri. I don't like doing it anyway. I was just taking the piss, basically.
Yeah. Because I think it actually developed that every time he did it, he got to that break before it started into there's like a little sort of thing, and every single time someone's recorded you since when it's been in a heaving spot, I've been at the bar and you started doing that, I go, asshole!
Yeah, because they're very like, basically kicks into the ringtone proper, and then and he just holds on what's going on? And that's where the note ends. You've got to hold all that while climbing. Say
he does the what's going on, I just went, Axel! Every time.
Yeah.
That was the new gimmick, wasn't it? I just be there to shout Axel.
But I figured out something as well. I'm in Phoenix, because he used to do Bit Out of Hell on karaoke. And there's that bit in the middle where the guitar basically sounds like a motorbike revving up.
Yeah.
And the Crazy Frog fits in perfectly in there.
Yeah.
So he was doing it in the Duke and got to that bit. I didn't even know, I was just taking the piss because there was a motorbike starting. So ding 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 ding, and he hit it as well. So. But I'm still going. Wah, bam bam, ba-da-ba. Oh my god, that fits perfectly. I'm doing that every time now. Fuck it. To the point where eventually he knew it was going to happen. So I'd be sat there and he'd be doing it, and he'd come over with the microphone. So the speakers are picking it up and everything, and then ding ding, then we go headbang or whatever else we were, because it was the Duke. There was like 7 of us in there, 5 of them were us, you know.
Okay, like the Travellers on a Thursday, where there was 20 people in there, and 19 of them were us.
Yeah.
And the other guy was behind the bar, and was John, and we knew him anyway.
Pretty much.
We just took over the place. There's another pub that's been knocked down. We were a bad omen for pubs. If you recognise us from drinking at your bar, you're going to lawsuit.
Oh no, not the theatre bar.
Ah!
Save Ronnie's! We just
No, stop giving away plot designs!
That's for season 2. We could, you idiot, we could have pretended we just came up with that on the fly. Meh, kayfabe. Excuse me. No, you can't ad-lib to save your life, can you? You can't just vamp and do filler, you know. We're both drinking coffee, you finish before me. I'm just still finishing my coffee and you're just giggling away to yourself.
Yeah. It's just
not... We've got dead air. We've got a camera running out.
Well, that's what it was. I looked up there and went, what the fuck is that on Jonathan Ross's shoulder? And then realised it was a fucking monkey.
Oh, it's a monkey?
Yeah, that's what they said. Like, what?
Right, I mean, you've got a dead air while I'm swallowing coffee.
You know, you're swallowing coffee and I'm going,
just look at something that they can't see, you see.
Yeah. Nah, you can't see.
Maybe we'll save for another episode, we'll give them the whole tour of the studio, because all the seen so far is this view of a sofa.
Of a sofa. So, but...
In the coming episode, we'll get the tour.
Yes. Because there's things on the wall and everything. Quite a few things have a story to them.
Yeah. And also, because we haven't got the battery for the camera, we're just plugged into the wall right now, so we can't exactly go mobile with it.
Yeah.
We can maybe show you the room, but that's a little, not much. We'll do the whole studio at once.
Yeah. Apart from maybe the bog.
Yeah,
well, maybe we might do the bog if you haven't been for a shit within the previous 2 hours.
I think previous 2 days.
Yeah. No, it's previous 2 days for being on the beer the night before.
There you go. And like I said, we haven't been on the beer today, because I mean...
This is stone cold sober.
We've had coffee and pop and, that's it. And then we were just talking drivel about Sword in the Stone, the Crazy Frog, and the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Tell me in what universe that makes sense when you're sober.
Yeah.
We can talk about all those 3 things, naturally flowing conversation.
Yeah. That's it. Couple more things coming to our square very soon, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. We're working on a website as well, so we'll keep you posted on details about that. But again, like and subscribe us here on YouTube. We're still getting content here. Other than that, there's not...
Other than that, follow him on Twitter, because I don't get on there that often.
Yeah, at Smurfenstein, that would be me. Like I said, Paul Dalton's just a stage name, so at Smurfenstein. I'm should I come up with a new Twitter just for, like... I've got one for X-Ray.
No, there'll be
one for me.
Yeah.
I get one for Paul Dalton.
No, there'll be an R-Squared Twitter page coming soon.
Yeah, we'll work on R-Squared Studio.
Yeah, as well as there'll be a Facebook page soon.
We've already got Facebook.
We've got a Facebook page.
Yes, we have Facebook. I'll put links in the description.
Yes.
Hell, by the time this video goes up, we might have a Twitter as well, so I'll just check the description.
Yeah.
Click the link, my bread Ren.
Down there.
Right there.
Right down there. Right down there.
Somewhere.
Yeah. It's hidden.
I think we've done this gag before.
Yeah.
Comedy, still comedy.
Yeah, wait. I'm just confused. It said put this video on upside down somewhere.
Alright.
Anyway, so next one.
Thanks for joining us for part 2. See you in part 3.